I'ma make sure the whole world know my damn name. M-I-L-E.
Yeah. Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome to Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Spend number Juice, you heard? Yes, sir. I'm your host, Finesse Leo.
I'm your host, Baby Juice.
Yes, sir. I got my guest host with me. Yo, we about to get into it. We come back with a reaction video. You know what I'm saying? A little quick reaction video. So let's just get straight into it. I want to see your thoughts and everything. You feel me? I want to see your thoughts. So let's get into it.
Immigrants built this country, literally. This is also for those who came to this country in search of better opportunity to be a part of a nation that promised freedom for all and equal opportunity to everyone willing to work for it.
Well, he's right of one part.
Which part is that?
The immigrants kind of did build this country.
Hell no. You already starting off bad, my boy. I thought Shabuzi was in here. I'm about to throw it in.
When I think about immigrants, I think about people who willingly made a conscious decision to leave their country to go for, like he said, for better opportunities. Slaves, they didn't come together and say, damn, I want a better opportunity in America. They just got taken from one land and came over here and then had to work against their will to build a country. And
as a person that come from immigrants, I just don't understand how y'all don't have the respect for what was built for you to be able to come here and better yourself in life.
even hip hop, even recently, I'm starting to see this narrative among hip hop. Black people didn't create hip hop. Now they saying Jamaicans are created. You're trying to wash away the contributions of Black Americans.
So yeah, man. So let me first, how you feel about that?
I feel like, whenever I hear the word immigrant, I just feel like that just means that you're not from here. And I don't think nobody's truly from, and we from here, but we're not truly from here, if that makes sense.
You know what? Yeah, I know, like I said, my parents come from the Caribbean and everything. So but I don't ever, because I know the Black experience, we learned about that and we was told, and because we were Black and everything, I know that the slaves that were brought here, they built America. They built America from the ground up. So I can never discredit them. Yeah, we contributed, but at the same time, like you said, we came here. A lot of immigrants come here for a better life. You feel me?
Yeah.
But before even the immigrants came, yes, they helped. Immigrants helped, because you can't. Like I said, you had the Asians who were brought here to help build the railroads and stuff like that. Like all this other stuff, like people that built New York and everything. All the workers, Ellis Island, all that. But at the same time, who built the foundation were the slaves.
I was about to say that. Who built the foundations with us?
It was the slaves. So I completely feel for that. I completely feel that we cannot discredit the first people that were here when it was nothing, that their blood, sweat, and tears went into all this and building everything. The slaves built the White House at the end of the day. And like you said, with hip hop, it was a Black American thing. Yeah.
With hip hop, I do feel like the Black people. Yeah, I do feel like that was created.
Yeah, the Black. It was
he said Jamaicans.
Thing. Jamaicans was there.
They Black.
Yeah, they Black, but the Jamaicans was there. We use the beats and stuff, but who thought ideas it was we start mixing that stuff together and stuff and sampling and all that stuff is Black Americans. So I can never take that from them. You feel me? And I guess, like I said, I'm American, but I come from I have a Caribbean background and stuff like that. Both my parents came from the Caribbean and everything. They came over here, and it's just funny, my uncle told me, my family, this is my Trini side, my uncle from my Trini side, he was telling me I had family that were brought here, that was in here in the 1812 war, when they was trying to take America back and everything like that, and they went back to Trinidad. He was and I'm paraphrasing here because I can't remember everything he said word for word, but he was telling me some interesting stuff, they was fought in that war, and then they went back, they got sent back to Trinidad, and then they came back. It's a 360 when he was it was just a whole 360. My family, my parents having kids in America is a whole city that brought them back into America and shit like that. So, but at the same time, we cannot discredit that America was built on the backs of the slaves back in the day. It was built strictly off the backs, and then immigrants came in later afterwards and built on top of that.
You gotta understand what immigrant, because to me, an immigrant is you could be Irish, you immigrant.
Yeah,
you could be Russian, you immigrant.
Wholeheartedly. That's what I'm saying. They came later.
Whenever I hear immigrant, to me, it's just I don't even mind the immigrant. I just feel once again, you gotta then look at it, because we tend to think every white people is in power. Not every white people is in power. There's white people who's still, like I said, they still play part of the same system we play it. for the ones who are in control, you can call those the elites, you can call whatever you want to call those. They used immigrant via, like, it could be any culture. They use other people to build their the foundation on what they had planned.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But yes, the black people
you could build
were
the empire with other people's hands.
But yes, definitely what you're trying to say. The black people were at the beginning where they kind of got.
And they got the shit and the stick.
Like,
yeah,
it was different. Like, you know what I mean? They weren't given the chance to come and by their own wanting to do this. Later down the years, then yes, it changed. Yeah, but I see what you mean. Yes, and I agree with you.
And you know, so I wanted to play this next clip, right?
Yeah, let's play it.
I want to play this next clip. Like Godfrey, you know the comedian Godfrey? Nah. He's the one that came up, yo, I know black, I'm Dominican. He started that. He said, I know black, I'm Dominican, poppy. Try to salsa your way through. Yo, he's creative, but yo, he say real shit, and he's Nigerian. His family comes from Nigeria and everything. So for him to say that, I was like, yo, he's real for saying that, because like I said, he comes from the immigrant background, and this ties into like the civil rights and stuff. Okay. What it granted.
Well, we appreciate that. We appreciate it, but African Americans have always been hardworking.
But no, African Americans have been hardworking, but I don't know.
But opportunity.
What about the appreciation of the hard work for the immigrants who came to this country and worked hard?
Here's the thing is the Civil Rights Bill is the reason why our parents got to come over here. 1964, Lyndon Baines Johnson, who was one of the most racist son of a bitches on the planet, had to sign that civil rights. But you know, Martin Luther King is sitting right next to him.
Right. Yeah.
So that is the reason why Koreans can come here. Koreans, Indians, Arabs, Nigerians. It's because of the Civil Rights Bill. Right. It's because of African Americans, foundational background, coming in here, busting their ass, being treated like shit, being hung, lynched. Jim Crow, from slavery was Jim Crow, segregation, Reconstruction, being promised that they were going to get this, fighting every war. They've been, black people fought in every single war and still being disrespected, not being able to buy homes. You understand? Burning up of black towns. And people go, well, why ain't they saw opportunities. There were black Wall Streets. There were black banks, black hospitals, and they came and burned it.
Black excellence.
Black excellence. They came and burned it because a white woman said somebody raped them, and they never did, because a white woman lied. So this whole myth of African Americans not seeing opportunity, they did see opportunity, but.
So yeah, that wasn't that was a little clip from that interview. And you know, he's right, bro. He's right. Yo, none of us will be able to afford these opportunities to come into this country and everything if it weren't for the foundational black American. And even though it's like, yo, I know they came up with the word foundational, but and it's like kind of like, but we are black, but it just is what it is. Like, bro, it's we kind of like, there's always like this Africans, like a lot of Africans look down on black Americans, saying they're lazy and everything like that, or like other immigrants feel like, oh, they're not taking it. But bro, you gotta remember, if it wasn't for them going through all the bullshit first, other people wouldn't be able to get the opportunity to get to chase the American dream, quote unquote American dream, in the first place, bro. Like he said, if the Civil Rights Bill wasn't signed, we wouldn't really all be here like that. You feel me? Be able to thrive and flourish like that. So I agree. I agree with everything Godfrey is saying, bro. It's real shit.
No, I see what he mean, and I agree with him too.
Yo,
I agree with him too.
Like, he was saying some real stuff, so that all correlates, and it correlates to what we was talking about before.
Yeah,
it was totally what we was talking about before in the previous episode. Y'all go tap into episode 99, man. Y'all go tap into episode 99 where we was talking about that stuff too. But
Black Wall Street, all
that, man. Like, and it's for real. It's definitely for real, man. So, because this is this whole debate, like, I guess, like, I hate when people say that, and just because, like I said, I'm American. Like, even though I'm Caribbean, I'm American at the end of the day. I was born here, I was raised here, but I know my parents come from the islands and stuff like that in the Caribbean. But at the same time, it's like, yo, we get looked down upon because I'm born and raised in this shit. I'm born and raised in the American shit. You feel me? So we still get looked down upon, where like they feel like we're not working as hard and stuff like that or everything. But yo, if it wasn't for the slaves, again, if it wasn't for the slaves that they built this country up, we wouldn't have all this stuff. We wouldn't be able to be afforded this opportunity. They went through the mud and the trenches, like you said, Reconstruction, Jim Crow, all that stuff, for us to even get to this point, for even other black people from other diasporas to even come here.
They basically they were sacrificed for us.
There was a sacrifice.
They sacrificed themselves. I'm not gonna say they sacrificed because they probably
they sacrificed. OD, bro.
us,
Like he said, they bombed that shit. They bombed that shit, bro. Anything we try to do, we talked about that before. They bombed it. They bombed it. Yo, they had to get killed for that shit, bro. So it's the blood, sweat, and tears. And I could never, ever discredit, you know, the original blacks that was here and the original, like, that were brought here and they built their country. I can never discredit that. Never. So, yo, you know what I mean? Just want to get into that a little bit. I just felt like it was interesting, bring attention. So, yo, y'all, the people, y'all let us know what y'all think and everything.
Fact,
I know it's a little, I saw D, I was like, he said it's deep. It's a little deep. It's deep for me, but yo, man, it's real, man. And like I said, and like, because you did say, you like, yo, he said you down with the people, man. He said, no matter, I know you got a little bit of the European mix in you. Hey, man, I probably got a little bit of, no homo, a little European in me too. The whole, probably, man, you know, from all, like, you know what I mean, all that stuff back in the day that happened, but it's real shit, bro. Like, this is real. Like, we can't discredit anything, and I don't like, you can't say, like, you know, people lazy, like, you know, black Americans is different, because that's far from the truth, man. It's just, yo, like, all the original people that was here building it up, they got the shitty hand of the stick, and if it wasn't for them going through that, we wouldn't be here. Like, our families couldn't come here and, you know, chase that, like I said, the so-called American dream. That's real. That's what I believe. Yep. I agree with that.
True.
Yo, man. So again, yo, I appreciate y'all rocking with us. Yo, let us know your thoughts. Get into the conversation. How y'all feeling about this? With the immigrants. With the immigrants coming in the contribution, like their contribution, but not also the foundational African American.
Comment down below what you think.
Comment down below what you think, how you feel, man. Let us know, man. Get in tune with the conversation. So, yo, I'm the host, Finesse Leo.
I'm your host, Baby Juice.
Man, this has been Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Jewel Talk.
Spend number Jews, you heard? We out of here. Peace.
We outside.
I'ma make sure the whole world know my damn name.